Welcome to Repertory Company Theater's RCT360. We are here for episode 15, and I'm Deidre Sherm.
I'm Laura Alley.
And I'm Rachel Ratcliffe.
And ladies, we're sporting our crowns because this week the theme is Quarantine Queens. And I'm so excited to be here, and I hope all of you who are watching will like and comment and let us know that you're here. So, ladies, during this flight of fancy that we're having, I'd like to know, what kind of queen are you, Rachel?
Well, I'm the queen of missed phone calls today, Deidre, because clearly someone didn't turn her ringer off, and that has been my whole work day. So, sorry about that, work colleague. You'll just have to wait.
How about you, Laura?
I have actually been doing a lot of online shopping, so I am actually the Amazon queen. I made a shirt here because according to my husband, it's a problem.
Well, I will tell you that the essential workers for me during the quarantine time have been they're calling. I think they're calling right now.
Queen of missed phone calls.
The queen has a lot of responsibilities, clearly.
No, I was going to say that the essential workers for me have been some of those people who work those drive-thrus. They're the ones who have helped sustain me through this time. So easily, I believe that I feel as though I would be the Dairy Queen. And so I'm really excited. I'm going to let you know in a moment where I might be and what I might be getting. But before we do that, I want to take a moment and recognize that there are a lot of good things that have come out of this quarantine time. And I have a few friends that would like to share with you what they'd like to see happen or continue as we try to move into our next phase of our new normal. Take a look at this.
I could do squats during frustrating conference calls.
No commuting, and more time with my fur baby.
My brothers and I have played more games together.
Being able to see the stars at night.
The quarantine schedule isn't as stressful.
Graduation parades.
I'm really enjoying the new landscaping projects.
I want to keep walking outdoors. I just hope that I can, especially since we canceled our membership to the gym.
I like having extra time with Dad.
Margaritas to go.
Ladies, I love seeing all the things that we can still be grateful for during this time. Don't you?
Yes, I definitely have loved having more family time with us together as a family of four. It's been really nice and I think really good for us all.
Same. I really like being able to see my little person during the day when I would otherwise be at work. And I like not wearing pants. So there's good all around.
Well, I love that we do have more time together and that it has given us the opportunity for us ladies to be together. It's been great. Now, before we move on to our next segment, I want to show you where I am. I don't know if you can see this, but take a look. Can I figure this out? There, right there.
Ooh, the DQ, baby.
There I am, right there. I'm right in front of DQ, so while I am going through that drive-through, Laura, why don't you take it away with some In the Spotlight. Tell us what we have for today.
This week's In the Spotlight guest is someone I discovered about a year ago when I became obsessed with the television show Outlander on Starz. I found her podcast and was immediately drawn in. Please welcome to the webcast, all the way from Providence, Rhode Island, Mary Larson. Hi, Mary.
Hi, Laura. Thank you so much for having me on. This is great.
Thank you for being here. Well, we'd like to know if you could tell us a little bit about who you are and what it is that you do.
Yes. So I'm a wife, a mom, a podcaster, and a musician. I started off my career actually being a music teacher. I'm a saxophone player, and I did that for several years before I had my kids. I also dabbled in the film industry. So I worked not only in movies, but also on television. I was a television host for a little bit here in this little state of Rhode Island. Tried it out and loved it. But through that, I learned that I really love communicating and connecting with people. So while we've had our kids home, my husband and I started a media company, and we podcast together about all sorts of topics, ranging from parenting to Rhode Island topics, and then of course, fandoms when it comes to television and books.
Nice. And how has your life changed due to this crazy pandemic?
You know, what's odd about it, so, I have a degree in music education. I had been told by a lot of my friends, why are you choosing to be an entrepreneur and to work from home and to kind of create your own path? And it worked for me and my family. It worked for me to be able to be here during the time with my young kids. So while the pandemic happened, not much of our lives really changed that much day to day, aside from the fact that I also became my children's teacher. So I had to shuffle a lot of things and wear a lot of hats. But the great thing is that because we created this online community through our media company, people were craving online communities even more so. And we really got to see the importance of our podcasting and of reaching out to our listeners and really creating those friendships.
And what are some things that you have been doing during the quarantine to stay positive? Because everything is so negative going on around us.
Yes. So obviously I have my young kids out. They're 5 and 7. A lot of the things that we do is we go outdoors as much as possible. And I really am trying to teach them and myself a bit more of mindfulness and just enjoying the moment. I think because we all have such easy access to our phones, and we're really all as a society trying to figure out what to do with everything that's going on in the world right now, that we want to be glued to our phones and glued to the news all the time. And I think one of the best things that we've done is we have unplugged and we take certain chunks of time where we just play. I also have made it a point to connect with people and friends, either virtually, having Zoom dates, or just having more conversations when it comes to our podcast listeners to help people feel less alone. I think that was one of the things that hit me hardest, in addition to already working from home, to just essentially as a society, we had to physically be alone. So to find ways to either break through that and just spend more time unplugged has been a huge help for all of this and to stay positive.
And that kind of goes into my next question, and it is, as a mother of young children, what are some things that you've been doing just to kind of keep them busy during everything that's going on?
If I hear, "Mom, look at me," a million times a day, that's nothing. They want my attention all the time. Sadly, I'm an extrovert and I have birthed 2 extroverts. Neither of them's an introvert like my husband. So all they want is attention. And yet on the flip side, it's been a really great bonding opportunity. And that's one of the things I try to see the positive bits to this. We have actually kind of made like a little quarantine bubble. I have a high-risk parent and a high-risk sibling. So because of that, even though our state has opened up to now phase 3, we were one of the ones that were hit first, the hardest. We're not doing play dates or cookouts or even eating out at restaurants because we're trying to really stay close for our family. And from that, I've really been leaning into my kids' interests. We're not busy going to camps and play dates and cookouts all the time. So my son's really into sharks. So we're getting books from the library about sharks, and we're decorating for Shark Week that's happening in a few weeks. And we're writing songs on the piano about sharks and just kind of leaning into their interests. And as another thing is booking out that time that we do put our devices down and we really say, okay, this time frame is for work. And I have to tell my kids that, mommy has a podcasting job, and even right now they know, okay, I need you guys to be quiet upstairs. Mommy needs to work. And, it may mean that they get a little bit more of television time when I need to work. But then when I have the opposite, when I'm not working, we're outside and just soaking up as much one-on-one time as we possibly can.
We were doing that here in Texas, in Dallas, during the spring, but then riding our bikes as a family every single night. But then it turned into 107 and 103 degree weather every night. So we kind of have stopped that. It's become more pool activities, if you will. You wear many hats in your home. And how do you balance work and family life together?
It's an ongoing process. And I felt like I had just started to figure out what it was going to be like. My youngest is entering kindergarten. And so I had this whole plan about when both of my kids are in school, how my days are going to be different and how I'm going to have this time. And of course, that's all gone out the window. And actually, we've decided to homeschool for this upcoming fall. So because of that, I've already started to write down certain days of the week what we do. And for my husband and I, when we podcast, we know that we're always podcasting on Mondays, and hopefully we're podcasting on Wednesdays, or maybe it's Thursdays because the kids and everything like that. So I think, you know, I'm trying to tell myself certain days have certain tasks, but also giving myself the flexibility that if that doesn't happen, it's okay. Everyone right now is learning to be flexible. And I think also just the honesty with that. You know, when it comes to us podcasting a couple times a week, we actually have a texting service where we let our listeners know. And sometimes it turns out that the kids won't go to sleep. And obviously we don't have babysitters right now. So I think just being open and honest, and everyone right now just being flexible and understanding has really helped me figure in how to puzzle piece work and mom and wife and everything else that I am right now at this current time in life.
Well, that sounds like a really great balance. And I know you have a very busy evening ahead of you because you are podcasting this evening for your, is it the Potterverse webcast?
Yes, the Potterverse.
Yes.
Yeah. So it brings me, that's another thing that, you know, brings me joy. So yeah.
Nice. Well, thank you so much for spending this time with us, because I know you have a lot going on, and I appreciate you being here and giving us some words of advice and things that are going on with you. And we will hopefully see you online soon.
Yes. Thank you, Laura.
Thank you so much, Mary.
On the go.
Ladies, what do you think? Should I get Reese's or Choco Brownie Extreme?
Choco Brownie Extreme. Is there even a question there?
Let's do it.
Yeah, extreme in the title.
Here and go Reese's, but that's
a
something
mini Choco Brownie Extreme Blizzard, please. No, that is it. Thank you. Okay.
Choco Brownie Extreme. I gotta see what extreme means.
Yeah, what is it that makes it extreme? And I bet it's just with an X too.
Oh, it's gonna be
it's
extreme. There's no E. There's not gonna be an E. It was extreme.
Definitely.
Can you get my
They probably just had regular chocolate brownie, and they were like, you know what? I think we could sell some more. We call it
Extreme. The monster truck of blizzards.
Hey,
Now I'm just thinking about what else is in
streaming.
it.
Wait, hold on. I'm live streaming. Say hello. Hi. These are my essential workers. Woo! Yes,
Oh, thank you.
You've been working so hard.
I know. I would like a blizzard.
Okay. Whoa, upside down.
Yes. That's how you know it's good. Tip it. Tip it.
I don't understand it, but I like it.
I know.
Okay. Sorry. No, hang on.
Yes. Extreme. We're gonna need a visual on that, Deidre. See what it looks like. Extreme.
Thank you. Bye. Well, I'm sitting here enjoying my blizzard, and it's so good. And now I'm really excited. I can sit back and watch Rachel take over as queen of our Broadway trivia. And what do you got for us, Rachel?
Oh, thank you, Deidre. Boy, you do not know how much I want some of that delicious blizzard, which I feel like I deserve as the reigning champion of Broadway trivia.
Excuse me, I have something very important to say. Yet again, this week, once I rewatched the episode from last week, there was yet again a bit of a discrepancy. So, John, I'm gonna need you to roll the tape.
Oh no.
That on? All right, please check this out, ladies. Look at this. If you look again, I clearly started shaking my koozie way before.
But you don't have sound. Oh. You don't have sound. I think I was making a sound, Laura.
This was a visual. It happened way before, and
this is a distinction without a difference.
We're gonna have to have a rematch. Deidre, rematch time. I'm ready.
Oh, Rachel, I hate to say it looks like Laura is right. I tried to call from backup because I can't see very well with these glasses, but oh no, what to do now? I guess I could take over again for a rematch, but I don't have any questions ready. John, do you have anything you can send me?
I just happened to have made up a list of questions because I figured this was going to happen. So I'm texting it to you right now. Here it comes.
John's got my back.
You know what? Fine. Let's do this. I want my win to be clean.
Your earrings off. Oh, I'm taking mine off.
Come on.
Taking them off. They may be studs, but they're coming off.
Okay.
Get my swig of LaCroix.
I'm pulling the questions up right now, so I guess this is round number 2. Laura versus Rachel. Ladies first. Once again, let me ask you, what is going to be your buzzer noise?
I, as always, will use the koozie, but there has been a lot of discrepancy, so I'm actually going to add this sound with it, because there can really be no discrepancy with that.
That's really beautiful, Laura. I'm so proud of you.
I'm such a pretty girl.
Well, I'm also going to wave my flag because I love America and the troops, Laura. And I am also going to make a sound to summon a bald eagle for strength in our rematch.
Funny that you said you love the troops, but you don't love the truth.
Okay, ladies, settle down. Let's move on. And we're going to go straight to question number 1 before it gets too crazy.
Yeah.
Now, keep in mind, it looks as it appears that we are sticking with the theme here, our quarantine queen. So keep that in mind as I read these questions. Are you ready?
Ready.
Okay. Here we go. And as I did before, DC, are you there? I'm going to ask you to make the judge call so I can stay all the way out of it. Here we go.
Okay.
Number 1, the movie version of this 1996 Broadway musical revival included Queen Latifah in its cast. DC, who do you call?
Rachel.
Rachel.
That would be Chicago.
That is correct. Congratulations.
Very good, Rachel.
1-0. Question number 2. This musical spectacular opened on Broadway at the New Amsterdam Theater in October 1997 with music by Elton John and lyrics by Tim Rice. DC?
It's still Rachel.
Rachel.
So close.
The Lion King.
You are correct. Rachel is now up 2-0.
All right.
It's because of the troops.
It's because of the troops.
Question number 3. This musical adaptation of Hans Christian Andersen's fantastical adventure inspired the hit Disney movie Frozen, but only ran for 1 week off Broadway in July 2014. DC?
Super close, but I think that was Laura by a hair.
Snow Queen.
You are correct.
That's right.
Oh, it's still anyone's game. We are now 2 for Rachel and 1 for Laura. Question number 4. In 2018, Broadway's Tony-nominated playwright Douglas Carter Beane announced that he plans to turn this 1995 cult movie about drag queens into a musical. DC?
Laura?
Is it Tu Wong Fu?
That is correct. Tu Wong Fu. Thanks for everything.
Okay, now good. Now that was a clean win. It's clean.
Okay. Now I'm not quite sure how to feel about this because we are now down to the tiebreaker. And it requires me talking in a pirate voice. So I'm going to do my very best here.
All right.
DC, keep a close eye. And here we go. Please name the title of the song and which musical it is from. Don't cry for me because I'm alone. Yes?
Laura?
Is it Vita?
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. I will finish the question. And Rachel,
Question.
you may steal. Don't cry because I'm alone. All of my memories are happy tonight. I've had a love of my own. I've had a love of my own like yours. I've had a love of my own. Rachel?
She's frozen, so she doesn't.
That would be "Hello, young lovers, wherever you are," from The King and I. And I believe the true
Congratulations, Rachel! You are officially the trivia queen.
All right. But if we look at how many I've won, let's just go with that. How many people I've beaten?
That's right.
Always a loophole. Always a loophole.
Great job, Laura.
I like the rematch, and my win was clean. And
That was clean. That was a clean win. I did
valiant,
not wait for the question to be read. That was a
You're a valiant competitor who today has lost.
I did.
And please, no more reviews. We're going to just leave it at that.
I feel like that was a clean win.
You can't take it.
I just want to go back to watching, please.
Too much on her. I'm putting my earrings back on. Too much on her, on her heart.
Yeah, all right. Earrings are coming back on.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, let's move on. Well, that was fun. And I'm really excited now. Our winner of trivia, Rachel, give us some of that quarantine confessionals. Love it.
Thanks, Deidre, and welcome to Quarantine Confessions, episode 15, coming to you from the Queen of Broadway Trivia. Come closer, but not too close. All right, friends. So today I want to talk a little bit about fantasies, because like many, many little girls, I once dreamed as a girl of marrying a prince and becoming a princess in a far-off land. And I bet you think that the end of this quarantine confession will be me saying, oh, but then I grew up and I realized being a princess wasn't that great. But it's not. It still sounds really, really good. I mean, unfortunately, the ages didn't really line up for me and Prince William and Prince Harry. And I don't really think that the Queen Mum was after like American Cougar as their daughter-in-law or great daughter-in-law. I don't know. That always gets confusing to me. But still, I think being a princess sounds really, really good. Not the whole, oh, I'm in a tower, save me piece, because Mama doesn't need to be saved. But the whole staff of people who cook and clean and drive you around while you just kind of wear pretty dresses, that all sounds really, really good still. So, in thinking through this, I started to do a little bit of research on what my options are, or probably more appropriately, could have been back in the day had I tried to find an age appropriate for prince. And I found that there are a lot more countries with royal families than I thought. Sure, I mean, at some point in time, I think the Crown Prince of Norway was in play, but also, and I have to get my notes for this one, I could have ended up with King Mswati of Swaziland. He sounds really nice and has total rule of the country, so I hear. Or that really cute prince in Bhutan. Go Google the royal family of Bhutan. They are the most adorable family ever with like these two precious little children. I wouldn't want to break them up now because they're so adorable, but still, it could have been me. And King Letsi III of Lesotho, who's about my age and has been on the throne since his father went into exile sometime in the 80s or the 90s. So again, another great option that I just didn't think about. So friends, here's the deal. Would I trade my life for anything in the world? No. But if some monarch somewhere wants to send me a staff of people and some pretty dresses to wear while I'm in quarantine, I am completely open to that. And that is my quarantine confession.
Thank you so much, Rachel. I love that. I am all over that. I remember as a young girl, I think it was the Crown Princes of Denmark that were available about the same time that I was. And I had thoughts of, what I could be the the queen.
You would have been an amazing Danish princess, like Hamlet, but better.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And thank you so much for your quarantine confession. Now, I think it's time to head over to Lara with some what you got for us.
Welcome to Whatcha, my segment where I give you recommendations on things to watch, things to eat, things to try. We are starting, as always, with our Were You Watching trivia question of the day. Here it is. What did Deidre order at the Dairy Queen drive-thru? The first person to correctly answer in the comment section below will receive a prize. Congratulations to last week's winner, Kristen Purvis, for correctly answering that the airport was where Kim Buckley took her boys for a picnic. Make sure you watch this week's episodes in its entirety because, of course, the trivia could come from anywhere because we want to know, were you watching? Now, on to part 2 of Whatcha. It's going to be a Whatcha Learnin'. I've been trying to broaden my cerebral cortex a little bit with some random knowledge. So here are my 5 facts for the week. Number 5, the longest wedding veil ever recorded was the same length as 63.5 football fields. That's a lot of lace. Number 4, the unicorn is the national animal of Scotland. More reason to move to Scotland. Number 3, a pharaoh once lathered his slaves in honey to keep flies away from him. Moms, possibly something you could do with your children. Number 2, riding a roller coaster can help you pass a kidney stone. Not a personal problem for me, but it could help someone out there. And the number 1 of the week, during your lifetime, you will produce enough saliva to fill 2 swimming pools. Kind of makes me a little dry mouth just thinking about it. Well, that's it for Whatcha this week. If you have an idea for a Whatcha you'd like for me to try, please comment below. Back to you, Deidre.
That's a lot of saliva.
That is so gross.
Ugh, I know, it's nasty.
Speaking of saliva, I was thinking forward to our next
for this.
I know, our next show. I really enjoyed sitting here eating my ice cream. I would really love to have more themes where I can sit in the car, like a chicken nugget theme or a donut theme.
Pizza theme, pizza.
A pizza theme would be fantastic. Well, I tell you, this has been a really enjoyable episode for me, and I can't believe we are already at the end of episode 15, ladies.
Aww.
What would you like to do to help wrap us up, Rachel?
Well, thanks everyone for watching. We love you. Thanks, like, share content, and please remember, stay safe out there. Remember your social distancing, and even more important than wearing your crown is wearing your mask. We can all help slow the spread together.
That's right. We are so glad to have all of you with us. Laura?
Next week, RCT will be announcing some great new programming. Our staff has been working really hard on safe programming for this new normal, both in person and online, so stay tuned. Back to you, Deidre.
Can't wait.
I can't wait either. So this is it. We're here at the end. Ladies, I just love the time that I have spent with you, and I can't wait till I see you next week. Until then, I am.
You are.
We are.
RCT.
Right now, I'm gonna go order my ice cream and then sit in the shade somewhere. It was excellent.
Hamilton, and I'm a last pour Yorick. Hamilton.
Hamilton.
There's something there.
It writes itself.
And it's very bad.
I love a dipped cone from Dairy Queen. That's pretty much just like the best thing in the world. They're so messy, but they're so good.
It's kind of like I'm trying to bring like some never-ending story realness.
Yes.
Man, I love it, Blizzard.
Dipped cone right about now.
We got the fan almost off.
Gosh, I know. It's really, it's got some giddy up, and it's giddy up today.
It's got some really good WD-40 in there. So.
Like, what kind of queen would you be? Like a mean one, or like I'm the queen of ballpoint pens?
You can be the queen of ballpoint pens if you like.
Maybe I am. I think I just
You're the queen of ceiling fans, perhaps.
I am definitely the queen of ceiling fans.
I'm the people's queen.
You are.
Hello and welcome to RCT's, 5-4.
Okay, Deidre, do you have your air conditioning on or off?
What do you think? Ladies, I love to see all the 5-4. So if you'll just give me a moment while I order some ice cream.
We want to watch you order it. Yes.
Here's the deal. It's like at this weird stage in my life, normally I have like a million different crowns, and like I could find none today.
Because you're a boy mom. There's no crowns there.
I think that's exactly why.
That gross saliva.
I know.
So gross.
So nasty.
Well, we're just going to sit right here and people can drive around us. I stayed out of it this time. I didn't call a single one.
I call nothing.
You're like, nothing.
I don't want to be a part of it. It's so ugly.
And we'll cut there because I don't know where we're going.